Rust can compromise a car's structural integrity, safety, and even performance. It's costly too. In the UK, the average rust repair can set you back around £360 and affect your car's resale value, typically by 10 to 20%. Widespread rust is difficult and expensive to treat, and in severe cases, you may even have no option but to scrap your car. That's great for car manufacturers trying to sell you a newer model, but with road tax on new cars also having gone up, that's the last thing you want to do. Now, the good news is that you can do something to prevent this from happening, or getting worse, and that's by using a Lanoguard Underbody Rust Protection Kit. Lanoguard's products are developed right here in the UK and are your car's best defense against the harsh British weather and tons of salt we use on our roads. We're not just talking about a quick fix here to get it through next month's MOT, we're talking about long-lasting protection that can save you serious money in the long run. In this video, I'll walk you through the Lanoguard application process, show you why it's a smart choice for any car owner, what it costs, and how you can keep your vehicle's underbody in top condition. And everything I use in this video, I'll link in the video description box below, so you can act now to protect your car. Let's get into it. Just to say, this isn't a sponsored video, and I've used Lanoguard Underbody Rust Protection for the last couple of years on my cars with really good results. So it will come as no surprise when I bought this 2017 plate Nissan Leaf all-electric vehicle last year, I was keen to protect it with some Lanoguard. With electric vehicles, most people focus their concerns on the battery failing, but that's doing absolutely fine, as I explained in this video, and it's less of a concern than the underside of most cars. The condition of this Leaf's underbody certainly wasn't bad compared to my previous Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, or PHEV, but there was some rust starting to form on these sharp edges and other areas of the underbody. This is what it looked like straight after the Lanoguard treatment last year. But what does it look like now? Nearly 12 months after, is it still doing its job? And can you really just spray this product onto the underside of an electric vehicle near those high voltage cables and electrics? So you know, I've not applied any top-up coats from last year, and just for context, we cover around 10,000 miles in all weathers in the northeast of England. I've already popped the car on the ramps, remembering to use some wheel chocks, and removed the splash shield, so let's have a look at how it's holding up. But before we do, over 90% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed to the channel. So please, if this video interests you, I'll be doing more just like it, so hit that subscribe button for free so you don't miss out. Last year, I used the Lanoguard motor grease on these sharp edges and bolts, and you can see it stopped the rust progressing in most areas compared to before. There are a few areas on the edges where the splash shield sits, but otherwise it's certainly done its job. And just touching it, I can still feel the grease on there continuing to work. I also used the Lanoguard motor grease on these front suspension struts, which can be found under these removable plastic trims on my Nissan Leaf. Basically what happens is the water runs off the windscreen, down the gap where the windscreen wiper arm attaches, and into this area here, forming a well. I've also added some preventative measures here by fixing these perfectly sized 500-gram Cadbury's hot chocolate pot lids over the top. You've got to love some handy recycling, and the hot chocolate wasn't bad either. Okay, so now we know the Lanoguard works, what exactly is it? Lanoguard gets its name from Lano, as in lanolin, and guard, as in protection. It is made from the oils of the fleece of sheep, so it's no surprise that it does smell, well, like sheep. But having said that, it is not unpleasant, and it certainly doesn't linger on the car, and usually disappears after a few days. The Lanoguard Underbody Rust Protection Regular Kit comes with 2 litres of motor spray, 600 ml of motor grease, and a trigger sprayer. The motor grease is pretty solid in the sub, and I'd suggest you warm it up in a bowl of hot water, especially if you're planning on doing this in the winter. You can see what a difference that makes and how soft and easy it is to apply now. At the time of making this video, you can pick up a regular kit for £78.99, and if you've got a medium-sized vehicle like mine, you can probably use it for your first year application and top-up coat the following year. That's less than £40 per year to prevent costly repairs later down the road. You can also get £5 off your Lanoguard order when you go through the link in the video description box below. I bought the regular kit for my Nissan Leaf, and there was more than enough for the first application, and enough for this year's top-up coat, which I'll do now. Lanoguard can be applied effectively in a wide range of weathers and temperatures, including cold and damp conditions. It is thixotropic, meaning it becomes slightly thicker in colder weather, so for best results, keep the product at room temperature before application, especially during winter. It's worth noting you don't need to apply it in completely dry conditions, as Lanoguard is designed to displace moisture and can therefore be applied to slightly damp surfaces. However, avoid applying it to a dripping wet underbody, and if possible, apply when dry. It certainly makes the application process a lot more pleasant. It's a lovely summer's day, the car's already on the ramps, so I'm going to go ahead and get on with it. It's worth using some kind of sheet to protect your driveway from any spillages or dripping off of the product from the car's underbody. Don't worry if you don't have any ramps, it's all about making this accessible. When ready, apply the warm motor grease to any wheel seams, nuts and bolts, sharp edges and threads. The grease is also useful for keeping these splash shield bolts from rusting and snapping. The ones that were there before the Lanoguard treatment weren't in such a good shape, as you can see. Then onto the spray. Using the trigger sprayer, the motor spray can be applied to the whole underbody, chassis, or any other areas you'd like to protect. Just be sure to avoid the brake discs and pads. The 360 injector wand can also be used to get the Lanoguard into those hard to reach box sections, sills, and into all those other nooks and crannies. For those of you thinking that the underside of my Nissan Leaf isn't actually that rusty, and are wondering what a really rusty underbody would look like after a year, well, I can show you. This image is from the underside of our 2014 plate Mitsubishi Outlander before I treated it with Lanoguard a couple of years ago. And this is what it looked like straight afterwards and 1 year later. I think you'll agree the contrast is pretty stark. For obvious reasons, this has become one of my annual car maintenance jobs in the summer, and it's really rewarding to protect a vehicle I'm going to be keeping for a long time. Even if I do come to sell, having regularly protected it will only help me achieve the price I want and save me in repair bills along the way. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments section below if you're using Lanoguard, something else entirely, or nothing at all, and how it's going. If you enjoyed this video, please do take the time to hit the subscribe button for more content just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.